What's going on, traders? I just want to get on here and share the trading day with you. Got a little bit of dramas going on here with the NASDAQ today. Today there were some news events, inflation related. You can see a huge drop off this morning. I really wasn't trading. I did a little bit of pre-market. Got out of this trade by the time this thing actually hit. Ended up, catching another short. I had a meeting to go to this morning. I was, we'll get on the 1 minute chart here so everybody's kind of on the same page here. So, fell off a cliff this morning with that news event. Can barely even, let's see here. Let's get this nice and big so everybody can see. So we had a gigantic 500-point drop-off this morning, followed by kind of a bull run here, actually. If you're fast enough to catch this move, I sat here right when this thing dropped all that much, and it was so disorienting from basically the chart was just so out of scale, because it dropped so much. It was hard to even comprehend what was happening. It happened so fast, and then it probably jumped almost instantly back up another 150 something points. By the time I seen it dropped all that much, I was literally almost ready to hit buy to try to catch this move up. By the time I did, it was 145 at least. It bounced up so quick. I ended up making a little bit of profit this morning from that. It was like $100 something. Let's get the report card out here. So at the moment for today, we're up 78.50 before even this trade here that I'm in now is a short. It doesn't count yet. So even with a kind of a shitty win to loss ratio here, 30 to 64, that still is in profit. The other one's 50-50, and that one's only down $23. So at the moment, up 78 bucks. Not really a home run here, but with this position I'm in now, I got 2 contracts going on a short. I don't know what'll happen, if this thing will fall off a cliff or what, but if it does, if it comes down to about here or so, gonna be really receptive to receiving today. Had a successful red day yesterday, up about $1,000 right now. The lows what we're looking at are kind of right in here. We'll see what this does though. This is kind of a big winner, so I'm not going to hand these profits back. First sign of weakness, that was the first sign of weakness to me. Just that little bit of indecisiveness. It's like, yeah, we could have kept it, but now let's look at our report card, see how we're doing now. Now we're up $1,000 between the 2 accounts, so we can kind of chill here for a second, see what this is doing. We're about 100 ticks down here to the bottom. I might go on minis. And just do a small knife catch here. This is half the size of an NQ contract. But if you're going to start knife catching, I'm going to knife catch with both these guys. Because it could be risky. Oops. Well, we just got a full con on just this one account. We'll see if it acts as support right here or not. We'll get on the other account and actually we'll put another position in. Part of my strategy is to buy at the bottoms of these ranges and sell at the top. It's hard to tell exactly what we got going as far as kind of the trend, because we had this big downtrend, but then this guy right here was a pretty big move to the upside. If we back out a little bit to like the 15-minute chart, and let's go for the past 3 years, whatever. Let's see. Where we're at. Did that just hit a new high? Did that just break a new high? Kind of looks like it just broke a new high. Where the hell are we at in this range here? Quan Tower can kind of be. Let's get on the daily here. Sort of start getting confused with what the hell's happening. Okay, now we're not confused. So basically had a wick over here that it slightly overtook on this high. If I'm reading that correctly, 18,370. Yeah, so we have this new high. Which is slightly higher than this guy, so it might be a sign we're gonna maybe try to test up at these highs again. Maybe. We'll see. These are Apex accounts for anybody that's new to the stream. You know, Apex is a prop firm, and so basically what these accounts are is an evaluation. These 100K accounts, I think it's a $6,000 profit target, and if you hit that, then you pass your evaluation, which then is followed by like an activation fee, which then is basically followed by trading with real capital after that. I find it to be a good way to protect my money, actually, because you can be trading and make all these wins and then followed by big losses, but really you're only out the evaluation, which for 100K with my discount is only like $40 something. Which 40 bucks, you know, I mean, most people lose money trading. What's better, losing 40 bucks or losing your life savings, you know, by your emotion, because it can happen. I'm gonna clean these charts up. I had this going yesterday because of NQ is like really delayed for whatever reason, and so I had to put positions in on NQ, but then I was getting on the MNQ charts just because they weren't so delayed. We got, it's 10:42 Eastern time, so really another about hour or so of like prime time trading. We're at the bottom of this range here. Let me draw this out for everybody. So you got these new highs. Followed by, you know, this previous low. And so we have a lower or a higher, you know, so here's the first low. The second low is slightly higher. this one is still higher, you know, so, but the previous low is this one, so kind of at the bottom of the range here. And for the trading plan that we do, anything in this zone here, this is a buying opportunity. This is not a selling, you know, hoping to catch a breakout to the downside. Our trading plan that we're following doesn't really shoot for breakouts. Maybe, you know, maybe if the market is really being obvious, but most of the time we don't get breakouts, and we double down on a losing position that way. So that's why we look for sells up here where it's scary. You know, it's scary to put a sell in up here because of the threat of a breakout. And so that's the game plan, is to sell up here, buy down here, but then also to really step up the discipline to try to buy at the bottom of the wick, not when it's about to break out of a wick, you know, and then you get a shitty position up here when you could maybe just not FOMO so much and catch a like there. That would be a good buying time, because that would be following our strategy, buying at the bottom of the wick, buying when it's red, the candlestick. It's counterintuitive to what our instinct is, at least, you know, from my experience. My instinct wants to chase it and be reactive to it, but instead of doing that, which I feel like the crowd falls under that trick a lot of times, and then starts the vicious cycle of being on the wrong side of these things. And so sideways ranging like it's doing a lot of times is a good sign, actually. A good sign that it's going to turn around. You know, from a sideways range, odds are about 50-50. But the odds of like buying at the bottom of the range, from my stats, is like 60, you know, 60-40, that you'll catch a breakout, or not catch a breakout, but catch the move to the upside the other way. You know, and for us, I mean, that move, 200 something points to the upside. There's less risk as far as like placing a stop loss when you buy down here lower. The danger is in trying to catch bottoms, because who knows how far this thing will go. So that low there, pretty decisively pushing up here. So you got kind of these lower wicks hitting down here to this this zone, and then another attempt down lower that didn't cross as low, with a pretty big wick to the upside on the, this is the 1 minute chart. And slightly in profit. It's mostly just some market moving noise. One of the skill sets to develop is in not becoming super triggered by the P&L moving up and down. Easier said than done, but it's something to work on strengthening, like in your own self, to try to try not to become overly emotional and start making decisions that don't make any type of sense based on your game plan. You know, some people's game plan is, you know, let's go for 10 ticks, risk 3. That's one way to do it. Some people, it's let's get 100 ticks and risk 30. It's all kind of relative to your position size and what's going on in the market. If your goal is 1% a day, I don't think it's wrong to have goals. I think they're good, you know, on some level to get your mind thinking in that way. But like the problem, I guess, is when you become obsessed with it. But it's like anything, you got to be mentally strong. That wick broke through all of those wicks so far in the range. I'm expecting, you know, being the time it is, 10:50. I would expect, you know, one more kind of push, you know, push higher. Maybe not, you know, have enough steam, and then, you know, who knows what's going to happen. So we got kind of a new high. The following low here does not seem to be very bearish, meaning moving in a downward direction. At these scalings, 10 micros at 100 ticks, that's like, what is that, $500? Yesterday we had a successful red day, which from kind of the traders that I like to watch, not everybody did. I mean, yesterday was kind of a shit show. Tough market, you know, things were moving sideways, really choppy, not ideal. The losses I had, you know, New York session were very small. Got a little bit emotional during the power hour. Started trading a little bit of, I wouldn't say bonehead, because it was really only kind of one trade, but then I broke the the rule of trying to catch a breakout, which led to a $100 and something loss. Typical. The reason I'm still in this trade is just because I'm waiting to see if this thing breaks to the upside, you know, what this is actually doing. Some confluences of upward movement, higher lows. Those lows are getting higher each time. Some higher attempts to go up a little bit. This looks like a breakout opportunity. This will probably be my last trade, you know, being in profit at the moment. I was happy that I didn't blow through a bunch of accounts yesterday, becoming emotional. It was not easy to walk away from yesterday, even with the shitty market conditions and sideways ranging. You know, there was a couple big moves to the downside that I think they were like 200-point moves, maybe 300. So if you caught those shorts, I mean, you know, good for you. Let's get back on a 15, get a bigger, but you see this, how much this is ranging. I'm going to get back on MNQ. The charts are a little better. Look at that. Let's see if we can capitalize on this move. To me, that looks like a good, what is that, double top? double top, timing wise, you know, being 10:53. You know, part of me wants to wuss out right now and just take the profit for the day, but then another part of me just wants to grow the account and pass the evaluations. Part of my strategy is trading evals no different than I would trade funded accounts. Easier said than done. You know, I had one funded account with Apex, and I was up almost $2,000. I think it was like $1,700, $1,800. And then I just started spiraling, and then same thing that like normally starts to happen, the spiral and then oversizing. I'm gonna get out of this trade. I don't like how it's dawdling around here. I'm not gonna short it. I might just call it a day. Let's see how our numbers look. And we're up $1,300. Let's maybe just do one more if it's obvious. I actually almost want to short this. We'll wait till it comes back down though, because you know it could just go up, and we're still kind of in a sideways range. I'm just going to go small. Small buy. Is it 2 micros? I'm just going to go small. Oops. There we go. So kind of going smaller here. 2 micros, not even half contract. I know some people when they're in profit want to go big. I know I do, but I'm trying to you know, trade the way I would once these are funded, and like $1,000 profit is a pretty cush income if I can withdraw that. We're just going kind of more of a swingish trade. See if it just goes back up to here. It kind of looks like it's going to, but if it does, I mean, that's 200 points just about. Let's take a little bit of profit. We're just start trading small. Basically this morning when we went from up here to down here, that was just a news catalyst basically. Kind of chasing it a little bit, but I'm going small, so not really pushing very hard. I probably should be. I mean, this is like probably an A+ setup, but I just didn't trust holding it just because of some of the shit that's been going on. Market has been kind of indecisive. Yeah, Yeah, but yesterday, a lot of the traders, I like to just watch how they do it. Not that I don't want to copy everything they do, but like, a lot of them lost a shitload of accounts yesterday. Funded accounts, which, I don't know when the payout is for some of that, but that's got to sting. We're just gonna go in small. Starting to peter out here. I think I'm just going to call her a day, actually. I'm not really vibing with what it's doing right now. It's kind of in the middle of the sky. From there to there, 50% is kind of where it's hovering. Kind of rejected off that 38.2. I think one of the lessons I am like spiritually starting to learn is to walk away. So, this is $1,458 profit for today. We'll be back again during the power hour today. I'm just gonna call it. I'm trying to not try to feel like I'm missing out on this thing screeching up higher. I might go on my Darwin X account. Just put those trades in. That's one of the things I like about the Darwin X account. It gives me something I can focus my degenerate energy into, so I can stay profitable in my other accounts, and not deal with like, oh, that's racing off to new highs without me, and everything else. We're going to the Siren song. I mean, that looks like a great short. But like, I'm just not going to be tricked into getting induced into the market at 11 o'clock. Only been trading for like, what, half hour here? Not even. Let me jump in the chat, see what's going on with you guys, if anybody's even in here. I'm going to actually... This is one of the things about the Darwin X account that I like. I don't really care what the profit situation is anymore. With this account, I just reset it if it starts to get too embarrassing. I'm gonna follow my own advice. I'm gonna just hit a short and see what happens. But instead of blowing through my account, it's just like trying to experiment and play the game of it. That's why I like the Darwin X account. And plus, once you get good at it and are profitable, I can't resist. Once you become profitable and whatnot, they'll give you a score and allocate you money and everything. But I just need that kind of a demo account just to funnel my excess energy. Yeah, I just couldn't resist that short. That guy didn't even come close to this previous high. And again, this is a micro. So these are not moving at the minis, the NQs. I always get these. I think mini and micros they're stupid naming conventions, but like the micros, those are only like 50 cents a tick, whereas the minis are $5 a tick. And so that's why I'm trading the minis. For one, I can dial down the risk a lot. For two, I don't want to risk giving up the profits I just made today. Plus, that built big a little bit from yesterday too, because we didn't go full tilt. We had a successful red day. in the sense that our max loss was like only $250 per account for the most part. I accidentally traded on the wrong account during the power hour, which kind of fucked the numbers up a little bit, but like I said, I'm gonna as soon as that bounces into profit, whatever. I'm not gonna get tricked by the siren song of the short here, especially. Okay, let's final recap. $1,460 profit for today, up 722, 738 on each account. You can see my win loss. I mean, 50-50 on that one account, or 48-48. That doesn't even equal 100%, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But like profit 69.23 win to 30% lose. That guy equals 100. I don't know why that top one doesn't equal 100, but that's 738 profit. So a good example of how you can lose half your trades and still be in profit. And so with that being said, I think I'm going to bounce everybody. Appreciate you all being here, liking, sharing, subscribing, all the social networking stuff. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you following along and everything, kind words and everything. I appreciate it. And with that being said, till the power hour,